What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about the content that is coming to NBA 2K25 MyTEAM tomorrow, highlighted by GOATLuka, GOAT Scottie Pippen, as well as GOAT Anthony Davis. Meanwhile, you see Invincible Donovan Mitchell, Yao Ming. We'll see what his price ends up being like. Ray Allen, Scottie Barnes, 100 overalls, Bobby Jones. Could be interesting. I normally like Bobby Jones cards because defensively he's normally a menace. Also do see a Gallinari, Jamal Murray, Zubac. Is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and slander them, although I'm not necessarily the most excited about them. So as far as like content, like I feel like at this stage, and again, I'm not trying to like be too negative, I just think it's hard. Like it's hard to give us content that, you know, is going to get the community hype at this stage. And I'm not trying to, you know, be super negative, but that's just kind of where I'm at right now, where it's like, you know, it is what it is at this stage with content, because I feel like, you know, what do we got? A couple more weeks, a few more weeks of content, and then that's going to be it. You know, so it is what it is. I do think GOATLuka is going to be good. It's just tough when, you know, the level 40 was Dr. J, getting cards that are, you know, going to be a lot better than that. GOAT AD can play small forward. That is an interesting part of him. Scottie Pippen, 6'8" at that point guard, shooting guard position, wherever you prefer playing him, obviously is going to be solid there. The thing about it, again, and I've talked about this in recent videos, is the GOAT cards basically can get like one of three different releases. Like, you know, all of them are either going to have what? Patty, Cam Thomas, or, you know, there's some other ones. A lot of people do have that Oscar upper as well. So there's no real surprises with the 100 or with the GOAT cards. You kind of know what those are going to be like. I'm intrigued to see what that Yao Ming #1 looks like and what his price is like come tomorrow, because I mean, look, at the end of the day, we've already got a GOAT Yao Ming. We've already got a 100 overall Yao Ming. And so, you know, what is that Yao Ming going to be like price-wise? And is he going to bring down the price of the 100 overall Yao Ming? Because I feel like a lot of times that's what people are waiting on, for those giants to go down in price. And I don't know, right? We'll have to just kind of wait and see for his price what that ultimately does look like come tomorrow. But I guess to me, like that Invincible Yao Ming is the only card out of this drop that I think is going to be like super exciting. Like even with AAD, we saw Tim Duncan on Tuesday, right? Like with Luka and Scottie, we've seen plenty of point guards recently. And so for me, it is really that Invincible Yao Ming that I'm looking at with this content drop that could be somewhat exciting. And even if you can't probably afford that Invincible, maybe it'll bring down the price of the 100 overall. At least you gotta hope for that, right? You gotta hope that the price of the 100 overall Yao Ming does slightly decrease, does slightly go down. But I don't know, like people can say I'm being too negative about it. I just have a hard time seeing this be like anything crazy as far as an overall content drop. Now, there are certain cards within this content drop that I'm not hating on or that I don't mind. But it's just like from top to bottom, I just don't see a ton here, right? And you can go all, you know, basically season long and look at the cards we've gotten, but it's just like I don't know. What am I supposed to be excited for? I guess what I would be excited about, and this is just me, is like out of position cards maybe. Because like at this stage, if you look at it, we still haven't gotten that crazy of an out of position set. Like what's the craziest card that can play point guard right now? Jokic or LeBron? Like we don't really have any shooting guards that are crazy either. Like you guys got to realize in past games, we've seen 7 feet tall, 7'2", 7'6" shooting guards. Like it's gotten crazy at the end of my team, and we just don't really have that right now. So that, I guess, is something that I'm maybe looking at, or I don't even want to say I'm hopeful for, but something that I'm thinking like, well, maybe that could eventually come. I'm not necessarily expecting it, you know, soon, but that is the one thing I guess that could maybe, you know, be kind of hype with this, because other than that, there's not a whole lot of difference between a lot of these GOAT cards. You know, a lot of these GOAT cards are going to look eerily similar to the other GOAT cards we have in the game. The 100 overalls don't really excite me a whole ton. Like Jamal Murray, is that supposed to, you know, really excite me? When, you know, we're at the stage of my team where, you know, GOAT Dr. J is your level 40 card. Like, how is that supposed to excite me? You saw Kyrie Irving, who's probably better than Jamal Murray, for your Pro Pass reward. Like, I just don't know for me. how I'm supposed to get super excited, I guess, about those types of guys. Even the Invincibles, like outside of Yao Ming, you see a lot of point guards. Donovan Mitchell doesn't get me really excited. Ray Allen doesn't get me excited. Scottie Barnes is going to be long and lengthy, I guess, at the point guard position. Depending on his SIGs, like if Scottie Barnes, I guess, has good SIGs, the card could be elite because, again, he's got good height. He's going to have a good frame there at that point guard position. So I guess he's somewhat interesting or intriguing, I should say. But am I, like, very optimistic about him? I don't know. Like, he's fine. In my opinion, that's, I guess, where I'm at on him. So this is what we see. This is the content that is going to be coming in the Conqueror set tomorrow. It is what it is. Nothing crazy. Nothing really that stands out to me outside of the Invincible Yao Ming. That is the one card that I'm looking at that kind of stands out because I'm wondering what is 2K going to do with his release, because the 100 overall Yao has the Yao Ming release, which I'm not going to hate on it, but it's not necessarily like my favorite release in the game. And then you see the GOAT Yao Ming, which does have a really good release. Like, he's got the Oscar upper, I'm pretty sure, I don't even know what his base is, but he's got a way better release, you know, than the 100 overall. So that's kind of, I guess, what I'm intrigued about is what are they going to do with that Yao Ming and that release. But yeah, GOATLuka obviously is going to be good. GOAT Scottie, going to be good. GOAT AD, going to be solid. Like, all those cards are fine. But again, it's just tough when I know we've got an Invincible Devin Booker locker code and a GOAT Dr. J. Like, I mean, D-Book, you could say, isn't that great. I get that. But, like, at this stage, I just don't think we really need point guards. And that's just, you know, when none of these cards are going to be different than any of the other cards, that's just kind of the position where, you know, in which we're in. So I guess that's where I'm at with things. You guys might be hype about this drop, and if that's you, that's fine. Like, don't let me not be excited about this drop, ruin it for you guys. But again, it's just like, I know deep down we're not going to get that many more content drops. You know, the new game comes out in what, basically 6 weeks, and so I'm just sitting up here knowing we're only going to see a few more content drops, and for this being one of the last few, I mean, I gotta be honest, I'm a little let down. I gotta be honest with you guys. Like, it says, you know, for late in the game, late in the late stages in my team, feel like we need to start ramping things up in a big time way with out of position type of card stuff like that. And this isn't really it. It's just, I mean, it's a fine content drop, but to me, it's just, it's that. It's fine. You know, there's nothing that really stands out. There's nothing that's really crazy. It's just fine, in my opinion. But I think the Scottie Pippen could be elite. Other than that, there's just, I mean, it's fine to me. Like, that's all I can really sit up here and say. You guys can let me know your thoughts, because maybe you really like this content drop. And if that's you, let that be known down below in the comments. Let me know which of these cards you guys are excited to pick up. Honestly, this could be a content drop outside of like the Yao Ming that you could, like, 2K could make a grind for this type of content drop, genuinely. There's nothing in here that's crazy. Another thing I want to mention on, I probably won't record a leak later tonight. We should see a new event though tomorrow as well. And maybe, just maybe, the new event will be something crazy, something stellar. I guess that's what I'm, I guess, somewhat hopeful for, is that the new event is going to be fire. Within that event though, we need some sort of middle ground eventually. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that is what we need. Something, you know, that if you don't get all of the rewards, but you still have, let's say, like 5 GOAT cards, that you can do something special with them. So that's gonna wrap it up for my video today. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.